Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Star Agent Starco Gaming are back with another Marvel Future Fighter video. Guys, the Tier 3 Selector is finally in, and today we're going to take a look at the best character available in that Tier 3 Selector. So let's get started with that, and let's talk about the elephant in the room too that we get to talk about with that. Black Widow is not available, guys. This is, in my opinion, one of the worst decisions that Marvel did in a very, very long time. That Marvel had the opportunity to give something to people who are currently complaining about not getting enough stuff, and they had the opportunity to give them something that definitely is optional in the game, and that will make a lot of people happy. And they're really they're out of touch with what the community wants from what I can see from at least from the tier 3 selector. I don't complain often about stuff, guys. I try to keep this channel positive as much as possible, and this is pretty much the only thing I'm going to say about that. It is a huge disappointment that people cannot use Black Widow, because people already have most meta deck as 800 CCF that are not premium characters. Most people have Sharon Rogers, most people ask Captain Marvel, most people ask Captain America, and that is pretty much the three metas available through the tier 3 selectors. So everything else is optional and it's based on what you prefer or where you're gonna use those tier 3 characters. So I feel like Netmarble really screw up there in my personal opinion. Anyway, with that said, guys, we're gonna go through the characters from the best to the worst in my personal opinion and why too. First, we have number one position is Sharon Rogers. I don't know why people are picking Cyclops. Number one, Cyclops should not even be in the top three, in my opinion. Is just good at tier two. At tier two is good enough. Yes, he's still decent tier two. We're gonna cover that soon, but definitely none of it does. So Sharon Rogers is the number one option, guys. Why? Because she is a PvE monster. Strongest characters in squad battle. Top 5 characters in the Wall Boss Ultimate, strongest characters in Giant Boss Raid. PvE-wise, Sharon Rogers is the strongest monster in the game, so she definitely deserves the spot number one for the tier 3 selector if you do not have tier 3 Sharon Rogers already. Position number two will be Captain Marvel. Why Captain Marvel is pretty simple. If you put a CDPF rage on her for PvE, she is outstanding. Might not be, that strong for Wall Boss Ultimate, that still can get the job done. Made up for Violence Battle Extreme, one of the fastest clear in Giant Boss Raid. She does not perform that well in squad battle because there's not many days that she is one of the best requirement, but she is definitely a strong PvE character. And on the other side, if you actually build her for PvP or hybrid, which is actually recommended, is hybrid CTP destruction, or if you want to play her in both PvP and PvE, she is definitely one of the strongest characters. She can destroy every single PvP meta in the game just by spamming her 4th skill and tier 3 skills pretty much full. She is definitely worth to get if you don't have her already and you already have Sharon Rogers. The third strongest is Captain America. Captain America got many uniform, and all those, at least the last 3 uniform, last 4 uniform actually make him a very strong tier 3, very solid in pretty much all PvE content. Pretty decent in PvP too. I have to say he's a top 20 character in PvP without single doubt. So definitely this guy is number 3 on the list. Those are the 3 meta in the game, guys. We just named Sharon Rogers number 1, Captain Marvel number 2, Captain America number 3. Now, when you're past that, it's really about getting the characters that that suit your need the most. Either you need a PvE character, either you need a PvP character, or just the characters you love. At that point, it's definitely just that, but we're still gonna go with a list and show characters that has a better priority than other characters pretty much. So in position number 4, guys, I'll have to put Cyclops. Cyclops is not a meta. Cyclops is a good lead, a good support character now, but he lacks the power to be a meta. Was replaced in Lance Battle Extreme as a meta by both Captain Hydra and Magneto. Um, Pretty much the only use I do personally of my Cyclops nowadays, it's pretty much drop insight on him and use him as support character for Alliance Battle Extreme. I know this is kind of sad, but that is pretty much where he's standing right now. But if you actually build him PvE wise, with a CTPF Rage or CTPF Energy, he's going to be able to do all the content you need. You know, get you score at least 1 million score in Alliance Battle Extreme. Very solid for squad battle. It is amazing for GBR. You know, he's still gonna, and he's actually does a great job in World Boss Ultimate. So even though that a lot of people are using him only as support characters, he still have a solid weight. He can still carry your account around a little bit. So definitely this guy will be in position number 4 for me. Position number 5, we're gonna have to go with Iron Man. Iron Man is a very solid if built with CTPF Rage and played properly with his latest uniform, which is not the latest uniform, but the endgame uniform, not the 3099, but the endgame uniform. Very solid character. PvE wise, PvP not so much, guys. If you're looking for PvP characters, you definitely don't look at this guy. But PvE wise, again, same kind of content than Cyclops minus the support effect of the characters, which is kind of why Cyclops make it higher in the list. But in the World Boss Ultimate, Iron Man is actually going to be much stronger than Cyclops. So it's really depend where you actually focus your gameplay and which order you're going to select those characters. But in my personal opinion, as an Alliance Battle Extreme, Squad Battle, and GBR kind of guy, for me, Cyclops comes before Iron Man. Anyway, that was Iron Man there. Next in the list will be Thor. Thor is a very solid character for both Squad Battle, Giant Boss Raid, and what's the World Boss Ultimate. Really underrated character in my opinion. In World Boss Ultimate, he is actually a lot better than people think. Can definitely do a very solid job with a CTPF Rage or CTP Judgment, and some people can actually get amazing performances from him with a CTP of Energy. The only reason why he's behind the other characters that we named so far is that he's just weaker than them pretty much. Still decent character, he is just weaker than them. So now we cover pretty much really the top characters you should go for. Now, if you have all those characters, then we get to the lesser part of the tier 3. That does not mean they're not good. Like you have tier 3 like Spider-Man and what's the other one? It's only Spider-Man. Oh, Ant-Man. Ant-Man and Spider-Man that are more PvP focused, that are definitely worth getting, which are the next two characters we're going to be covering because they are more PvP focused and we need to have PvP option. If you're really focused on PvP, manual play in timeline battle or online conquest, both of those characters are about event. They are going to give you the same performance as well. Spider-Man Online Conquest, you fight a non-debuff team, non-debuff removal team, will actually be able to literally kill it, which maybe give him a little advantage on Ant-Man, but on the other side, Ant-Man can actually perform against team that has a debuff removal. He just pop his dodge buff and then try to kill him, man. Try to kill him. He's just gonna survive. So both of those characters are about the same position. Both are PvP wise. It really depends on where you're gonna use them and how you're gonna use them, and you can still get a decent PvE performances out of them. Both with, for example, CTPF Rage will be able to solo Galactus if you have, you know, about 50% physical attack on cards. So both can actually be good in some PvE situation, but their focus is gonna be PvP. So if you're not a PvP character, I will not recommend these two. But if you are a PvP player, I mean, if you are a PvP player, those are pretty much the two best choice after Captain Marvel for PvE. And next we have, guys, the last two characters. We have, first we're gonna go Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier, sadly, because the overflow of good speed, tier 3 character makes it very, very low in the list. And there's a specific reason for that. It's because his performances are pretty much related to uh, uh, World Boss Ultimate. Sorry, guys, I was looking for my word. And Giant Boss Rate. And even the World Boss Ultimate, he lacks survivability. When the World Boss Ultimate changes where you don't have constant CC anymore, that makes it a lot harder for him. So he lost a little bit of weight with the latest update. Definitely still a good tier 3 character. In my opinion, a little bit weaker than Black Widow. Sadly, Black Widow is not available. We talked about that at the start. So he's still a decent character, but all the characters we just named above him, I think they are more important than him, sadly. Personally, I do not have him at tier 3 yet. Yes, I do have him at tier 3, and I don't actually play him. See, I don't even remember having him tier 3 because I don't actually play him. But still, he can do some job if you like the characters, definitely. You have the other characters you need from the previous characters we name. Is definitely a character that you're gonna have a lot of fun with, without a single doubt. And next, guys, the character to avoid only unless you have all the other characters. Black Panther. Black Panther is literally the Uckling of the tier 3. He is terrible. I don't know what to say about him to say anything, to be honest, but personally, I'm going for Spider-Man, and I don't even think about this guy. Those are the two tier 3 I'm still missing. Spider-Man and Black Panther, and yeah, I ain't getting Black Panther, guys. We're gonna go Spider-Man. We're gonna select our tier 3, obviously, guys. So, definitely, Black Panther is the last choice. Terrible in every game mode. He's gonna pretty much be a shallow land character. That is pretty much it. You want to play him in Shadowland? Fine, get a tier 3 for Shadowland, but other than that, you are not going to play this character anywhere else. So this is why I cannot really recommend that character unless you have all the other characters. So hopefully, guys, you enjoyed this video. This video was helpful for you. Let's go with this one here. Tier 3 Spider-Man. Yeah, hopefully this video was good. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys, and drop a like on this video if you enjoyed the content, if you want to, you know, get notified when we post new awesome guides for us on the channel. So guys, thank you for watching. You all have a good time playing Marvel Future Fight, and I will see you next time.